These are young Eritreans at the Calais jungle queuing to be processed by French and British officials.
Wait. Hold up. That guy does not look Eritrean. What's going on here?
Most of these people have been living in the jungle for many months, and these young men all say that they're under 18 and they're hoping that they will be allowed to go to Britain. Some of them say they have relatives there. Hi, you hoping to go to the UK? Yeah? Do you have relatives there?
No,
family?
Wait. Rewind. What did he just say?
No,
family?
No,
family?
No, Eritrea, Oromo, says the young man from Ethiopia. So why did this so-called journalist start off by introducing the Ethiopian, and the rest, as Eritreans?
These are young Eritreans at the Calais jungle queuing to be processed.
As we have already established, this guy has clearly stated that he's from Oromo, Ethiopia, and not Eritrea. So the so-called journalist has lied through his teeth. But okay, let's try give him the benefit of the doubt, and assume that it was just only this guy that happens to be from Ethiopia, and perhaps the rest could be Eritreans. Who knows? Or why don't we go ahead and find out?
Family member in UK, yeah?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
16, okay. And you're from Eritrea?
No, Oromo.
He already told the so-called journalist earlier on that he's not from Eritrea. So why is he trying to shove Eritrea down the Ethiopian's throat?
No, Eritrea.
Family?
No, Eritrea.
Family? You're from Eritrea?
No, Oromo.
You're from Eritrea?
No, Oromo.
You're from Eritrea?
No, Oromo.
We'll come back to this in a bit. Now let's go back into finding out where the rest of these people come from.
Oromo from Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Okay. And so
All
this
people
is...
Oromo. All.
Okay.
Wait. What is that you say?
And so
All
this
people
is...
Oromo. All.
Okay.
Let's hear that one more time.
And so
All
this
people
is...
Oromo. All.
Okay.
All these people Oromo, all, says the young man from Ethiopia, completely dismantling the disgraceful lie that was propagated by the so-called reporter.
These are young Eritreans at the Calais jungle. And so
All
this
people
is...
Oromo. All.
Now going back to what was left earlier on. Why did the so-called reporter initially insist that the Oromo was from Eritrea?
And you're from Eritrea?
No, Oromo.
The more appropriate / honest question would have been to ask him which country he was from, not telling a random person where he's from. Unless this wasn't a random person, but a choreographed staged drama that went horribly wrong. Kinda like when CNN was caught red-handed telling voters what to say.
That America already is great, but we are great because we are good.
America's great. All right, so I want to ask you, what was it about Hillary Clinton's argument that resonated with you following Donald Trump's defense of the video?
She stated that America is already great, and I tend to agree with that. Though we are slow in progressing in a number of areas, we are progressing and we need to continue the momentum.
Only, in this case, the so-called reporter for the Telegraph is not dealing with someone who can speak fluent English, who can clearly understand a set of instructions or script given to him in English. It kind of feels like the Ethiopian simply nodded his head beforehand, as if he understood what he was supposed to say.
Mrs. Lau, it is my very great pleasure.
No. She does not speak English.
Oh.
Watch this. You ugly horse. She doesn't know. Oh, see? She goes, oh, all the time. Watch. Shaved ape. Oh, see? 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 Oh, see?
Another thing that can be pointed out is what role this NGO could have been playing. Salam is a non-governmental organization being supported by another NGO named Help Refugee, which happens to focus on people fleeing from conflict in Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan, and others trying to escape political oppression from, to quote-unquote, countries like Eritrea.
And the wage. Yeah.
And
the wage.
Yeah.
And the wage. Yeah.
And
Of course, this is just a theory, a speculation, of what could have happened prior to the video being recorded, as only those present there, at that time, know exactly what happened. But one thing is for sure, and a fact. And that is, the so-called reporter deliberately lied in order to misinform the general public. There is also no denying the fact that there are a lot of NGOs who deal with refugees that have a financial incentive in keeping the Eritreans are fleeing in droves. Eritreans need protection. Eritreans are royalty that needs special privileges. Narrative constantly propagated in order for them to receive more donations and funding, whether it be from special interests or countries like the United States, whose president openly admitted that he's working with such groups to smuggle women and children out of their country.
I recently renewed sanctions on some of the worst abusers, including North Korea and Eritrea. We're partnering with groups that help women and children escape.
We're partnering with groups that help women and children escape. We're partnering with groups that help women and children escape.
For Obama's regime, the Eritreans are fleeing in droves and are the largest asylum seekers. Narrative/lie can serve as a political agenda. But for the NGOs that directly or indirectly receive funding from his government, it's a matter of survival. They need that money to survive. So long as there are more refugees created, real or imagined, it's all good. The sad thing is that the Oromos who have experienced real, emphasis on real, widespread human rights violation and extrajudicial killings, are not easily granted asylum, unlike Eritreans, who are not experiencing anything like what the Oromos are going through, but yet Eritreans are treated like they are the chosen ones, the special ones, all to serve a failed, moronic, political agenda. Before the crisis in Ethiopia made its way to the headlines, not many Ethiopians would dare claim that they were from Ethiopia, fearing that they won't be accepted asylum, given the fact that Western governments have had a cozy relationship with the criminal TPLF regime in Ethiopia. A lot of Ethiopians used to pretend to be Eritreans in order to be accepted as asylum seekers. But now that their suffering and the crimes being committed against them is being more publicized, they feel that they can now claim asylum as themselves. But there are also those that are still skeptical and fearful of being denied asylum. Remember, every time you hear the word Eritrean in front of the words refugees, migrants, asylum seekers, or hear any negative news in general about Eritrea, just remember that you're being exposed to a good dose of propaganda and lies about Eritrea. So be wary and question everything you read and hear from the mainstream media. If you're looking for the truth, subscribe and stay tuned for more.
فتوحاتي